Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, Sampler V series V's I do for Romana. Go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff. Then, folks, hurt my finger. Not doing that, but I heard it earlier and I was like, this is gonna suck. I'm gonna talk about stuff. I'm gonna let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not gonna lie. It's another sub sandwich review, folks. Hopefully you enjoy them, because I've got a lot of them. But anyway, folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm going to yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside the truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. And folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing today? Boom! It's my Head PE shirt. Woo! Head PE. Head PE. So it's chant. Trust me, I was there. I saw it. Participated in it. What is Head PE? Head PE stands for Head Planet Earth, which I do not know the meaning of, but they're a band. They've been around for quite a while now. They've had different genre titles over the years, though these days they're more classified under the nu metal genre. I know that the lead singer himself has actually said, and I was even at a show where he went over there and said it, because they were on the Nu Metal Madness tour with, they had like Edema and Flaw and I can't remember the other one off the top of my head. But cool show, by the way. They were headlining it, and I remember the lead singer just talking about it. And he's like, back when I first started, nu metal wasn't a thing. They just called it hardcore, and that's just what it was. But he's like, sure, nu metal, what the fuck ever. And yeah, man, I kind of got into these guys a little bit back in my teen years. They had the song Renegade that came out, and I was super down with that song. And then, I kind of faded out a little bit, but, over the past few years, like, they've been on a lot of tours that I've been to go see, and they're just so much fucking fun, man. Like, they're one of the best live bands. Like, you just get into this groove with them, and they're so cool. If you don't believe me, I actually have videos of said performances on this channel, just in case you want to check them out. I'm just saying. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? It is a sub sandwich review, but from where? Boom! It's a sub sandwich review. This is from La Bella Romana. This is their American sub sandwich. I got this from a place called Caputo's. Caputo's, if you're unfamiliar, it is a chain of somewhat a little bit more higher end supermarkets. One of those places where you can get like sushi and fresh pizza and gelato and shit. Not my go-to place when it comes to like supermarkets, because they're a little bit pricier, but they do have good stuff. So every now and again I will, make my way through there. And today I noticed, hey, they have sub sandwiches. I'd never paid attention. So there we go. And I don't know if La Bella Romano is like their in-house brand or if they get them brought in. I don't know how that works, but sandwich. What with it being the American sub sandwich, consists of ham, turkey, hard salami, American cheese, and then like all the stuff that, tomato and all that good stuff. It cost me $3.99. That was pretty cool. I don't know why it was $3. It's because you were about to go off. Yes, it is. I just noticed that. Yeah, today is the last day. So, hooray, I guess. Anyway, what with it being a sub sandwich review, I do have to preface it real quickly. 3 things. Number 1, because for over a year now, I've been going on sub sandwich adventures. What that means is I have been going out to basically every sub sandwich place that I can. Chain locations, restaurants, all kinds of places. They have a sub sandwich. I've been trying it, reviewing it, posting it to YouTube's. That's number 1. Number 2, because I'm such a sweet person, I've been going over there. I actually composed an entire playlist of all of my sub sandwich reviews called Subs for Subs. So if you enjoy my sub sandwich reviews, thank you. And on top of that, that's where they're all located. So super easy. If you want sub sandwich stuff, it's all there. But if you need even more sub sandwich reviews, it's okay. Just wait till Sunday. Why? Because Sunday is SUBday. That's a kitschy little thing that I came up with. Sunday's the day when I go over there and upload my reviews. Well, sub sandwich reviews specifically. So you're always going to get a sub sandwich review, usually 2, sometimes 3, or even 4. Let's try a sub sandwich, because I'm long-winded. Open up the thing. How do I struggled with this last time, too, and I don't know why. Their packaging is a little bit odd. But okay, alright, we got it. We figured it out. There's gonna be... And there is, like, mayo and, mayo and mustard packets, but we're just gonna go straight with it. Can we get a thing? It looks like this. Ha 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 ha! Yeah, it's okay. Let's give it a go. Yeah, you can tell this one's been sitting a little bit. Because before this, I did one of their Italian subs. And that one was full price. And it, you could tell because the bread here, it's a little bit moist. It's absorbed some of the moisture from the sandwich. The Italian sub bread was still, just held together and hadn't absorbed that much. But that said, I'm actually surprised at how well it's held together. Not only being a prepackaged sub, but apparently being on its last leg. Like, I mentioned this with the previous one. I was surprised at how, really good, especially the veg is. Because veg, yeah, man, that's the stuff that tends to go real quick with, the prepackaged stuff. But not the case here. Even after a few days, it's not quite as crisp. Okay, that's the thing. That's how you can tell. When I bit into the tomato on the Italian sub, it almost had a little bit of a, not a crunch exactly, but it had more of a solid structure. This one, yeah, a little bit mushier, but not bad. Not mushy. Still holding itself together, but doesn't have quite the same level of structural integrity. Honestly, it's good. I mean, I love an American style sub. I usually, when I do these sub sandwich reviews, a lot of times I do Italian subs. Because Italian subs for me are a really good base to go off of. Specifically because they're simple, but they do require a little complexity. You need to get a few things right to make it work properly. American subs, I will review eventually, but usually not in my first round because I honestly feel like American sub is a little bit of a softball. It's a simpler sub. And it's not a bad thing. In fact, in some ways, it's a good thing. But I would think it's easier to pull off a good American sub than it is a good Italian sub. American sub, the wonderful thing about it is how good it is in its simplicity. It is a wonderful, beautiful thing in its simplicity. And it's just, it's one of those things where it's not that hard to pull off, but when you pull it off right, that's when it really is, and it's, its penultimate, incarnation. In order to do that, you have to have good ingredients. It has to be constructed well. Everything about this is very solid. And while yes, because I'm doing them back to back, I can go over there and tell certain differences between this sub and the fresher one with the Italian sub. Honestly, I don't think that if I had that direct comparison, that I would know differently. Because this, as a prepackaged sub, honestly tastes better than some fresh subs that I've had made. Typically by not the best, your Subways, your Jimmy John's and stuff. It's really flavorful. And actually, I kind of feel like really the only point of contention I had with the Italian sub was the meat to bread ratio. I felt a little bit breadier. This, same kind of bun, but I do feel like they maybe gave me a little bit more meat to work with, which, it's a little bit simpler meat, probably not as pricey. This is good, man. Seriously, the ham is really nice. Works well with the turkey. And the nice thing is, again, compared to an Italian sub, because you have, the salami, it's got that nice, delicious kind of saltiness. It kind of, I won't say it takes over, but it definitely leads the way. Whereas with this, the turkey and the ham, they're a little bit more on the same playing field. So neither one really manages to completely take over, and you get to enjoy both of them. This is a good American sub. It's one of those ones, I mean, I obviously didn't put the mayo or mustard on it, but typically for an American style sub, I would have some mayo on there. I think that would have brought it up to an even, better level, but, for sake of review, we're just going to do it as is. Good, I like it. Now all that said, 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? I'm going to go with yes, and I'm going to go with yes. Here's why. I think even more so than the Italian sub. I wouldn't say that this necessarily tastes better than the Italian sub, in the way that I would say that most American subs and most Italian subs don't taste inherently better than one another. Like, they both have the things that they do particularly well. But here's where this has a little bit of an edge over the Italian sub. This is closer in flavor to like what I consider to be a proper American sub than the Italian sub was to a proper Italian sub. Reason being, proper Italian sub, in my opinion, you got to have Italian seasoning. You got to have that dressing on there. You're not going to do that for a pre-made sub. That wouldn't go well. I understand why they didn't do it, but it does kind of deduct points. Now, if they'd at least gone over there, maybe had like a little packet or something on the inside, you could squirt it on yourself. But here, because the American sub is a simpler sub, ultimately all I really need to do is maybe just add in the mayo and the mustard, and I pretty much have a solid, what I would consider a solid American sub experience. But I like it, man. It's good. And it is one of those things where it's like, yeah, it's not the best American sub I've ever had. I could certainly get better ones from delis, but like, this isn't that far off. So, and if I'm recommending it, same logic. Like, I think American subs, they're simple, they're beautiful, and by the way, I didn't mention this, they used American cheese, okay? You need American cheese for an American sub. Don't put provolone on there, don't put fucking, and if you want to, that's fine. But if you're a sub place, don't fucking do that. If you give me an American sub and it doesn't have American cheese on it, I know some people don't like it, that's fine, but then don't offer an American sub. Anyway, it is really solid. Basically, the only point of contention would just be like, if you, like I said, just don't like American cheese. But anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of the month, spend this rest of your folks, go have yourselves a proper American sub sandwich-tastic rest of your life. Because again, I do a lot of Italian sub sandwiches, but damn it, man, an American sub sandwich is a special, beautiful thing. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you gotta do, folks. You're gonna try not to be an asshole. Folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me, I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and bullshit and just... take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, maybe you're going to go over there. Maybe. You're like, Brandon, I don't like American cheese. And I don't think that American subs should use American cheese. Well, you know what? Typically speaking, I try to be a pretty accommodating guy. Like, people have different opinions. That opinion is wrong. It's just wrong, and it's wrong, and it's wrong. Okay? Now, you can construct your American sub, it's not actually American sub without American cheese, but you can construct it however you want. That's fine. But then don't call it an American sub. This is one thing where I will have a sticking point on, because I do not remember what it was anymore, but I do remember I reviewed an American sub sandwich one time that did not use American cheese, and it set me the fuck off, because, has it in the name. So don't play with me on that. Or conversely, again, make whatever kind of sub you want. Just don't call it an American sub if it doesn't have American cheese. Bye!